Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm just going to be doing a tutorial on how to change your bearings and your wheels and your rollerblades. Got my rollerblades right here. Getting kind of old and the wheels are getting really bent in. These are the wheels we're going to be using. They're outdoor wheels, Levita. They're for just mainly hockey because that's what I usually do. And normally if you're going indoors you'd use these wheels because they're dual durometer wheels and they're a lot softer so they grip better. So I'm just going to get to it. Going to be using your skate tool. Basically just an Allen wrench with a nice little grip. And it's got this little, I can't see if you can tell on the camera, got a little piece for when you finally get the skate out to push the spacer through the other side to pop the bearing out. I'll show you in a sec. I'm going to twist that off. I'm going to twist this part off. I'll pop that off. Kind of beat up, so they might be hard to get out because they're old. Just get your wheel off. I'm going to take it, push this through there. You're going to push. Pops out. Get your bearing. Pop that out and you're going to push through the other side. That pops out. Get that off. What it does is you push this into the spacer. The spacer pushes it through the wheel. It pops out the other side. Okay, I gotta get the next one going. What you do to pop it into the wheels. Let me break these open. Using new bearings because these are really old. If you hear the jiggle, that means the centerpiece is not connected to the raceway. And this is the raceway. The bearings run along that little track. I don't know if you can tell. And that's what allows them to roll. If you hear that jiggle, that means the raceway is off, so I'm going to be using new ones. It rolled kind of okay. What you do is you pop it in like that. Push it in. Spacer on the other side lines up through the hole. And other bearing lines up with the spacer on the other side. You pop those in. I like to do a 76, 80, 80 setup. Because as it says here, it's a high-low chassis. So these have a little bit less space than these. So I'm gonna pop this back in. Said pop like 25 times. You know what, I'm gonna count how many times I said pop and put it in. I'm gonna slide this in here. And the square part, see how it has a little square for these skates anyways, go on this side because the square part's on this side of the chassis. Make sure it's lined up. There we go. I like to hand tighten them a certain amount because it makes it quicker. And once you get it to here, lock it in place. Switch the side, use the skate tool. Tighten it so that there's just a little bit of wiggle, but you don't want to shake it around too much. There's not too much roll, but it'll roll better when you're skating. So I'm going to go ahead and time lapse the rest of these, and I'll show you when they're done. There's one quick thing. When I get a bearing that doesn't like to fully pop in, you don't want to like take a hammer or something like this or something hard, because that'll dent the cover. I like to use an old wheel since it's kind of rubbery, and just kind of tap it in along the edges, so then it lays flat with the wheel. Cool. Gonna go back to time lapse. And again, now that I'm at the back of the chassis, I'm gonna be using 80mm wheels. I think that's right, yeah, 80mm wheels. I hope you can see that. That's just the size of the wheel. And then the durometer is also usually on the wheel. I don't think it's on this one. Might be on the package. It doesn't say. It is a harder wheel though. I'm assuming it's close to 80 because I'm using them mostly outdoors. Usually a wheel comes with the durometer on the wheel, but these only give you hard and soft, but you can check that on the package. Cool. Okay, the first gate's all done. Make sure to put the decals on the outside of the boot so that it wears in right. I don't really think it makes too much difference, but it does look a little bit better. And now I'm going to do the other one. This one right here. Wheels are really worn out as well, so I'll get back to you on that one. Be back when I'm done. One last thing. Once you've worn your wheels down as much as I have, and you wear them down a little bit too far, you can end up with this problem where you even grind the chassis and the bolts down, and they end up looking like this. See how it has like that really grinded down texture? So when that happens, what you usually want to do is you take one from further back on the skate, because I tend to grind the front one down the most. Take this one off from here, and then you're going to put it on the front so it protects the chassis a little bit more. And they all like grind down a little bit more evenly if they do end up grinding down. So then you're safe from like losing your chassis completely for a while. Oops, grab that. And it has a little bit more buffer, as you can see right here. It's like newer, so then you're safe. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so they're all set up, just finished them up. All 8 already. They roll pretty well, but some of them are a little tight. I gotta loosen them up later. When you're first breaking them in, once you get your new wheels set up, you might want to take a couple of quick skates and go a little slow, because the new wheels aren't cut in, so it's gonna be harder for you to turn. As you can tell, the shape is completely changed, so you want to get used to it and give yourself some time. As I was editing this video, I realized I forgot to completely film an outro, so thanks for watching. Like this video if you liked it. If you found it interesting, subscribe for more content. Peace.